I never thought a pair of bright blue noise-canceling headphones could start a war, but the second that HOA Karen ripped them off my 8-year-old autistic son's head in the middle of a crowded airport gate, screaming, "These don't belong to children, they're mine," I knew we weren't making our flight without blood, tears, or handcuffs. My little boy started melting down instantly, hands clamped over his ears, rocking and screaming while strangers stared, and Karen clutched his headphones to her chest like she'd won them in a duel. I was shaking with rage, trying to stay calm for him, but when she smirked and said, "Special needs or not, find your own seat, lady," something inside me snapped. And what happened in the next 15 minutes made security sprint over, made a gate agent hand over the family room keys like they were gold bars, and ended with Karen's phone confiscated while she screamed that she was being kidnapped. Here's exactly how it all went down. My son Leo has severe sensory processing issues. Loud airports are his personal hell, so those headphones are literally his lifeline. Without them, he spirals into shutdowns that can last hours. We'd just gotten off a red eye, both of us running on zero sleep, when we reached gate B27 for our connection home. Leo was doing amazing, actually. Headphones on, quietly watching Miss Rachel on my phone, stimming gently with his little fidget cube. I was finally exhaling for the first time in 6 hours when I heard the sharp click-clack of entitled heels behind me. "Excuse me, those are Bose Quiet Comfort 45s in Caribbean Blue, limited edition," a nasal voice announced to literally no one. "I've been on the wait list for 8 months." I turned around, and there she was, bleach blonde bob, oversized sunglasses indoors, Lululemon leggings that cost more than my rent, and a neck full of HOA president energy even though we were 3,000 miles from any subdivision. Classic Karen. Before I could even process what was happening, she reached down and snatched the headphones straight off Leo's head. Not asked, not tapped my shoulder, snatched. Leo's scream pierced the entire terminal. Every head snapped toward us. He dropped to the floor, hands slamming over his ears, rocking hard, tears exploding. "Those are mine," Karen declared, holding them up like Simba in The Lion King. "I recognize the serial number on the case. You people probably stole them." My vision went red. I stepped between her and my sobbing child. "Give them back, right now. They belong to my autistic son." She rolled her eyes so hard I'm surprised they didn't fall out. "Autistic schmatistic. These cost $450. No child needs headphones this expensive. I'm doing you a favor, teaching him the real world doesn't cater to tantrums." The gate area went dead silent except for Leo's wails. Phones came out. People were recording. I felt my mama bear roar building in my chest, but I forced my voice steady. "Ma'am, I have the receipt in my bag. Hand them over or I'm calling security." That's when she did something that made my jaw drop to the floor. She slipped the headphones onto her own head, pressed play on her phone, and moaned, "Oh my God, the noise cancellation is divine. Yep, definitely mine." Leo was full meltdown now, banging his head against the carpet. I dropped to my knees trying to comfort him, while this woman literally vibed to Spotify 3 feet away, wearing my son's medical device. I waved frantically at the gate agent, a young guy named Miguel who'd been so sweet earlier when he saw Leo's sunflower lanyard. His eyes went wide as he saw the scene. Meanwhile, Karen started live streaming on her phone. "Hi, followers, just recovering my stolen property from this entitled mother who thinks disabilities are an excuse to steal." That's when Miguel sprinted over, badge out. "Ma'am, return the headphones immediately." Karen laughed. "Do you know who I am? My husband is platinum status. I'll have your job." Miguel didn't even flinch. He pressed a button on his radio, and suddenly 3 airport police officers appeared like magic. But what happened next? That's when everything exploded in a way I never saw coming. Miguel didn't even blink. He looked Karen dead in the eye and said, "Ma'am, you have 5 seconds to return that child's medical equipment or you're coming with me." Karen's face twisted into that signature smirk-smile combo only entitled people perfect. "Touch me and I'll sue this entire airline for discrimination. I have 187,000 followers watching right now." She waved her phone like it was a loaded weapon. The three officers formed a half circle. One of them, a woman with a ponytail tight enough to play violin strings, already had zip ties dangling from her belt. Leo was still screaming on the floor. The sound was drilling straight into my skull. I was crouched over him, trying to block the fluorescent lights with my body, whispering the only song that ever calms him, but nothing was working. Karen saw the zip ties and finally started to panic. She yanked the headphones off, but instead of handing them over, she hurled them like a frisbee across the gate area. They skidded under a row of chairs, clattering loud enough to make Leo shriek even harder. That's when the ponytail officer moved lightning fast. She snatched Karen's phone mid-live stream, pressed something on the screen, and ended the feed. Karen lunged for it like it was her firstborn child. "That's assault! That's theft! Give it back!" "Ma'am, this is now evidence," the officer said calmly. "You just committed felony robbery of a disabled minor's prescribed medical device in front of 60 witnesses and 20 cell phone cameras." Karen's mouth opened and closed like a goldfish. For the first time, she looked around and realized every single person in gate B27 was staring at her with pure disgust. A teenage girl in a tie-dye hoodie yelled, "Give the kid his headphones, you psycho!" The crowd actually cheered. Miguel knelt next to me. "We have a family sensory room 2 gates down. It's quiet, dark, weighted blankets, the works. Let's get Leo there right now." He gently scooped my son up, Leo surprisingly let him, and started speed walking. I grabbed our bags and followed, legs shaking. Behind us, I heard Karen screaming, "This is kidnapping! I'm being discriminated against for being a concerned citizen." We burst into the sensory room and Miguel locked the door. The lights were dim purple, there was a swing chair, noise machines humming soft rain. Leo's cries dropped from hurricane to tropical storm almost instantly. Miguel handed me the recovered headphones. Someone in the crowd had crawled under the seats and retrieved them. They were scratched to hell, but they still worked. I slipped them on Leo and he melted into the beanbag, eyes fluttering shut within seconds. I was sobbing with relief when Miguel's radio crackled. "Suspect in custody, but she's demanding to speak to the mother. Says she has proof the headphones are stolen." My stomach flipped. Proof? We bought those headphones with money from Leo's disability fund. I had the receipt, the prescription, everything. Miguel looked at me. "You don't have to face her. We can handle it." But something in me needed to see her squirm. "I want to hear this proof," I said. He nodded, radioed back, and 2 minutes later, ponytail officer escorted me to a small security office. Karen was handcuffed to a metal bench, mascara rivers down her cheeks, hair looking like she'd stuck her finger in an outlet. When she saw me, her eyes lit up with manic victory. "There she is! Officer, arrest her! Those are my headphones! Look!" She jerked her chin at a tablet the officer was holding. On the screen was an Amazon order confirmation. Same model, same color, addressed to Karen M. Whitford, placed 8 months ago, still awaiting shipment. My heart stopped. "See?" Karen shrieked. "Limited edition, back-ordered forever. That little brat is wearing my property." The officer raised an eyebrow at me. For one terrifying second, I thought we were screwed. Then I remembered the tiny detail that was about to blow her entire story to pieces. I pulled out my phone with shaking fingers, opened the Photos app, and scrolled to the one I'd taken the day the headphones arrived. Leo grinning ear to ear on our couch. Christmas morning 2023. The Bose box ripped open beside him, serial number clearly visible on the inside flap. Then I zoomed in on the serial number sticker and held it up next to the tablet Karen was so proudly showing off. The numbers didn't match, not even close. The officer leaned in, compared the two, and let out a low whistle. "Ma'am, your order is still in preparing to ship status. These headphones in the photo were delivered almost 2 years ago. Different batch, different serial range." Karen's face went the color of spoiled milk. I wasn't done. I opened the Bose app on my phone, the one synced to Leo's headphones, and hit Locate Device. Instantly, the headphones Leo was wearing in the sensory room 2 gates away started playing a loud ping tone. The app showed the registered owner, my name, email, purchase date, warranty info, everything in my name. Karen started screeching, "That's impossible! I have the receipt!" The officer turned the tablet back to her. Right there in tiny gray print under her order, estimated delivery, March 2026, limited run delay. She'd ordered the exact same color 8 months ago and never received them, so when she saw Leo wearing the identical pair, the pair that had been discontinued and were literally impossible to buy new anymore, her brain short-circuited into full delusion that they had to be hers. But the real nuclear bomb still hadn't dropped. Miguel walked in holding an iPad, face grim. "We just got the stream back up from her phone before it was seized. Ma'am, you might want to hear this." He pressed play. On the saved live stream, 30 seconds before she ripped the headphones off Leo's head, Karen had been bragging to her 187K followers. "Watch this, guys. I'm about to teach an entitled special needs mom a lesson. These exact headphones are on back order forever, and I'm tired of waiting, so I'm just going to take these. Possession is 9/10 of the law, right?" The room went dead silent. Karen lunged against the cuffs. "That's edited. That's fake." The officer shook her head. "We pulled it straight from your cloud, time-stamped, unedited. You premeditated theft of a disabled child's medical device and announced it live to almost 200,000 people." Then Miguel dropped the final nuke. "Also, corporate security just ran your boarding pass. You're not platinum. You're not even gold. You bought your ticket third party with miles that expired last year. You've been flying on fraudulently extended points for 14 months. Karen let out an inhuman wail as they lifted her off the bench. I got escorted back to the sensory room. Leo was asleep on the beanbag, headphones on, peaceful for the first time in hours. Miguel handed me 2 first-class boarding passes for the next flight home and a $1,500 airline voucher for your trouble. The teenage girl in the tie-dye hoodie had started a GoFundMe on the spot. By the time we boarded, it was at $38,000 for new headphones and therapy costs. Last I heard, Karen Whitford is banned for life from every major airline, facing felony theft charges, and her HOA removed her from the board after the live stream went mega viral, currently at 42 million views and climbing. Leo? He got brand new, upgraded headphones in his favorite color, custom engraved on the side, property of the bravest kid in the world. And every time we fly now, gate agents see his sunflower lanyard and just silently hand us the key to the sensory room with a smile. Sometimes the internet gets it right. Sometimes Karens learn the hard way that you don't mess with an autistic kid's peace or his mama bear.
If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Every single subscription motivates me to bring you even more exciting and dramatic HOA stories. And don't forget to tap the bell icon so you never miss a new upload. I'll see you in the next story, where justice gets even more satisfying.